Northeast governors accuse Tinubu government of neglecting zone in allocation of capital projects, slam electricity company over blackout. The Northeast Governors Forum has expressed concern over the neglect of the Northeast zone in the allocation of federal government capital projects. Hello guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Nigerians, the Northeast Governors Forum has expressed concern over the neglect of the Northeast zone in the allocation of federal government capital projects. The forum called on the Nigerian government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to prioritize the reconstruction of the critical infrastructure projects, particularly the poor state of road and railway infrastructure along the economic corridors that link the zone to the rest of the country. It particularly noted that roads from Enugu to Maiduguri was in the deplorable state, and the railway from Enugu up to Maiduguri had been completely destroyed. The governors also berated the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, over its nonchalance in tackling head-on the recent persistent blackout being experienced in the sub-region. They said they were keenly watching to see how committed the TCN was in restoring power supply to the region within the next 10 days. This was contained in a communique issued Saturday at the end of the 10th regular meeting of the forum held at the Bauchi Government House, Bauchi, signed by its chairman, Professor Babagana Zulu, Governor of Borno State. It read, the forum reiterates concern over the seemingly neglect of the Northeast in the allocation of federal government capital projects. It noted with dismay that despite its cry for attention on the state of infrastructure in the region, which has been constantly echoed in all its communiques over the years, especially the poor road and railway infrastructure along the economic corridors that link the Northeast sub-region to the east to the rest of the country. Nothing serious seems to be happening. The roads from Enugu to Maiduguri are in deplorable states, and the railway from Enugu up to Maiduguri has been destroyed. This is a major route for regional trade and very important for integration, peace building, national unity. The region is also not included in the National Infrastructure Plan for the transition from PMS to compressed gas. The forum is calling on the federal government to look into the situation and consider the reconstruction of these basic infrastructure along Enugu-Maiduguri, the economic corridor, and the inclusion of Northeast in all national development plans and initiatives. The forum notes with dismay the blackout experienced by the region over the last 1 month and the nonchalant attitude exhibited by the TCN in addressing this issue of national importance for the security and development of the country. The forum is watching the commitment made by TCN to restore power to all the states of the states to restate on the 27th May 2024. Accordingly, the forum urged the federal government to direct TCN to take immediate action. The forum also resolved in the short term to set up solar power plants that can generate a minimum 10 megawatt per state. The forum notes with deep concern that the Northeast is the only region in Nigeria that has one transmission line supplying 6 states with a land mass of nearly 300,000 square kilometers and a population of over 35 million. This has made the region the most vulnerable and most disadvantaged for industrial development and economic growth, with over 70% of its population below 35 years of age. The forum therefore calls on the Minister of Power and indeed the federal government as a matter of urgency to implement the extension of the 330 kVA transmission line from Makurdi, Gaso, Jalingo, linking to Adamawa, Gobe, Bauchi, and the extension of the 330 kVA line from Kano to Bauchi, Yobe, linking to Borno. From forum resolved to maximize the existing hydropower generated in the Kashibali and Dadin Kowa Dam, where the region has not been benefiting from because of the Ministry of Power has failed to extend the 330 kVA line of the Makurdi Gasoline Jalingo line. The forum notes that climate change and environmental degeneration remain a remaining region. It appreciates the various states for the policies they are putting in place to reclaim the environment. It called for a more sustained and coordinated regional onslaught to revise the speed of dissatisfaction in the region. The forum charges the Northeast Development Commission (NEDC) to be consultative in its dealings, operation and projects. It calls on the NEDC to work with states in the region for energy development to unlock the energy potentials of the region and lessen the energy parasitic burden of the people. The forum notes that the world is passing through a horrific food security crisis, especially with the war in Ukraine, the climate change, and poor agricultural practice. In the practice, member states resolved to continue to invest in agriculture value chain and encourage the transformation of subsistence farming into SMEs. The member states of the forum will support the procurement of provided drought restraints and short malnutrition seedlings, subsidize fertilizers, and ensure that the region specializes in the production of such seeds. So guys, I don't hear the matter now. We'll go here waiting the presidency go talk concerning this or the action they will take on this very issue. So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comments below the comment section. Don't forget